Hi, this is Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart, and today is Monday, September 12th, 2016. I'm starting this video just after the market opened today. It's 9:38 Eastern Time, and I wanted to do a quick video. Yeah, you've never heard that one before. No, this will be quick. Just wanted to take a look at the Qs. I mentioned this morning I really wanted to focus on updating the trade ideas. Put out quite a bit of market analysis, including that in-depth update last night, the video, but I wanted to make this one quick. We're going to look at the Qs, some of the things I watch, not just the QQQ itself or the SPY, but we're going to have trade alerts going off like crazy over the next day here. Let's just take a look at this one real quick. KLIC. Okay, so that's an actual trade idea. Nope, looked like it whipped right back up in there, so there's a potential setup. Anyways, I didn't want to digress. I just wanted to check that one, make sure it didn't look ripe for the taking. Back to the charts. Okay, so the level I was watching yesterday, we had a slight, overthrow. The markets opened up below that 114.12 support level, the first support level that I had, and has so far regained it. If you remember that the chart that I posted back in the video last night from September 1st, I had a reaction. That was my forecast a couple weeks ago. A reaction off each of these levels, and ultimately a move down to 1075, which I still think we'll have. We had a little overshoot because we gapped below that 114.12, but now we're back above it. So what I'm trying to get at here is, this level, if that goes, especially this morning's lows, that would certainly open the door for a move down. Otherwise, I still maintain, we might get a move maybe halfway up, anywhere, that 115 level back up to 116 is an objective shorting area. But more importantly, what I wanted to talk about are the top holdings. The QQQ is just a sum of its parts, and really you don't need to look at all 105 stocks that are in the QQQ. You only need to look at the top handful, because I think it's the top 10. I've done this before, make up over half. I think even the top 5. It's changed over time, but let's just say the top 10 are roughly half the entire performance of the Q. So let's look at those. Here's Apple, and this is worth mentioning. See, Apple, the reason why short entry right there at the open wasn't objective. You have a big gap on Apple, an unusually large gap. So this is down here, we gap from here to here. So that Apple, this today was the initial tag. So we never even hit it yesterday, on Friday, I should say. And now this is just developing. Remember, I'm starting this video. We haven't even finalized the first 60-minute candlesticks. We're looking at 60-minute charts, so anything can happen here. Point being, Apple, one of the largest stocks in the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500 for that fact, is at the initial back test of a gap from above. And what I'm getting at, the initial tag of a gap, at least the very first time, that's the initial obviously, produces a reaction. So you don't want to short Apple until a solid break, and not just a couple points into it, especially at the opening. You get order imbalances, everything. Wait to see trading normalize after the first 30 minutes or so. I do expect it to go. I expect a backfill on that. And so that will be sell signal number one. Now, as far as if the market rallies, you can see this was a former support level I had. I would now put another line here since we had a couple reactions under there. So that would be your first objective short on Apple. But again, my point here is take these as a whole. Take the individual components when trading the Q. Don't forget the importance that a couple of these ultra mega cap stocks have, because they are the largest components, heavy top weightings. There's Alphabet, GOOGL, Class A. I'll put a line there. You can see these reactions, reaction, low, reaction, reaction. And we just like Apple, punch through it. That's also a big gap. So there's Google, if you will, or Alphabet flirting with a gap. Both their share classes, obviously, these charts will look very similar. Google L is a little bit better. The Google GOOG is in the gap right now, but has yet to backfill it. So again, GOOGL so far a little stick save, trying to once it entered that gap at the open on that initial reaction. And again, watch it. If it reverses, gets back in that gap, you can say, and especially Apple as well, at the very least you're going to have those gaps backfilled. There's Microsoft. Look at that. Same story. Look at all these big gaps right here. And this is this is really that comparable trading range on the Qs. So we're showing what I mean by that. Remember, this is the trading history over the last month or so. So what happened is some, but not all of the components have broken down from that trading range. There's a little stick save on Microsoft so far. And if and when it enters that gap, this will greatly increase the probability that those gaps are backfilled, that there's more downside in the Qs. And again, Microsoft as well as Alphabet, Apple, here's Facebook, doing this video without even looking at these charts or updating them. I just wanted to get this out. Amazon, here's a big one. Look at this big, nice support level here. 752.42 is where I have this line. Reactions, little gap, a reaction from below. We had a divergent high here with a wedge breakdown. Prices came, pushed up, made a second, even larger divergent high. You can see it down here on the indicators and has since rolled over, but we have support levels to contend with, and trading is simple. Support is support until and unless broken. So you watch these levels, put them on your screen, go through them one at a time, keep an eye on them. And when you start to see these leaders break, here's a little minor trend line break in Intel. The wheels are in motion. We've already started to break down, but those are some of the key levels on these stocks. There's a Intel, find next decent support I see is about 33.90. And I'll stop there because that's the bulk of them. Let's look at one biotech, just see what's going on with Amgen. I don't see too much on this chart worth mentioning. Okay, just wanted to get that out, and I am going to be able to wrap this video up in less than 7 minutes, so I'll get it posted ASAP. And if you have any questions, give me a shout out in the trading room.